I am kind of cynical about a lot of the rules that are in place. To me, they don't make a lot of sense. They're counterproductive to a community, to survival, and I tend to question it. Well, welcome to Rancho Shazam. I'm Lee Greenberg, but I also go as Captain Marble, which this is a typo. Should be Marble. Well, Rancho Shazam was originally conceived as an artist live-work, where people would be living on the second floor of the two front buildings and working on the first floor. And there is excess building materials here because I use it in fabrication of different things. But that does not make this a junk yard. It makes it a property with some junk.
There's a certain continuity that's expected in the looks of a neighborhood. And Rancho Shazam is obviously very different.
Rancho Shazam is defined by the county as a junkyard.
I think I'm a bit of a target here. Having too much fun or something.
He's always making interesting things. He's always creating something. He's always seeing something that looks discarded and seeing how he can turn it into an animal or a robot or a rocket ship. and I always love to see what he's making. He has a very creative mind.
Rancho Shazam is a place where you can grow your ideas without having to spend all the money you have in your pockets.
And that's one of the things that Mr. Greenberg's trying to do, is to provide a place where artists can live and afford to live. And there are fewer and fewer places like that in the Bay Area and Marin.
It's a very encouraging place for makers. I can run any tools I want, make noise, do big projects.
When houses sell for $2 million, it's hard to have that funky kind of installation in the neighborhood. People just don't like it.
He collects a lot of things that other people would think were not of much value, and he tries to make an installation and be creative with it, which is all well and good, but he does run into issues with the county.
Well, one of the main issues I have with the county enforcement is I feel that it's selective. This is a flood zone. I am in a flood zone. This house I built high enough so it doesn't flood, so I'm allowed to live in it. But the houses and the buildings in the front, the first floor is in the flood zone, and they're saying that I cannot inhabit them. But next door, there's the same house in the same flood zone, and they're allowed to reside in them. And then I wanted a 3-foot deep wading pool. And they started asking for these ridiculous things. It just got so ridiculous that I decided I would make a virtual pool, not have a real pool, just have a depression with a sign and some fake ducks in it. And that's what I have, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of that, perhaps more than the pool.
I think what's interesting about it, and what interested me in doing the story, was that I can see both sides of the story. On the one hand, there's some real safety hazards there. On the other hand, it's so inventive and so much fun.
I think if the county had their way, this property would just disappear. The bland, the beige, that will remain, but the art and the people doing the art that are at the cutting edge, they will be examined and in some case shut down.
Junk that is just sitting is junk. And if there's intention, then that's art.
It's a judgment call, I guess. Museums store lots of art in small spaces, so you could call that a junkyard, I guess, but it depends on whether or not you think the junk has artistic merit. It's all in the eye of the beholder, I guess.